Happy Sunday, nerds. Your hair looks like this. You are a nerd. They're not all, fashionable. I'm not fashionable. Anyways, there's a lot going on in the world. Lots of craziness happen. A lot of people out there going on killing sprees. Don't understand it. Teachers are still, going through it. Some teachers are fighting with the students. Other teachers are doing things with the students they shouldn't be. But our schools are in, chaos and, school shootings and whatnot. And, these are things that we need to talk about. Some of you guys got kids in school. Some of you guys want to have kids. Some people don't have kids, but they have relatives that are young and, or in college. There's a lot going on. So I'm here for the conversation. You guys want to talk about whatever's on your noodle? Let's do it. Dance moves! Guys, they know I had dance moves. I got a million dance moves. They go like this. Check it out. Now. I got nice dance moves. Anyways, I'll be making some tunage, making some music. I got invited to dinner, so I won't be on forever. But pickles and french fries, I'm here now. Let's talk about it. Talk about the stock market and how the stocks have been going crazy. So we can talk about that. And one stock in particular go through the roof. I've never seen that like it. And I don't know why it went through the roof, but it did. Bitcoin is still, looking good. So there's that. But they'll be trading tomorrow morning. I'm here for it. So you have this stock went up 441%. That's what it ended up as. 400%. But at its height, it went up 1,000%. I mean, if you had $1,000 on that, would that be $10,000? If you had $1,000, it'd be you got 1,000%. Yeah, this stock went up 1,000% in one day. 1,000%. And within this month, that same stock went up 2,000%. I mean, let's see, how much would you have to put on it so if you had $1,000 on it and it went up 100%, that's 2,000. Oh my God. Goes up 100%, that's 1,000. Oh my goodness. $10,000 in one day? If you had $1,000 on it, which I did not. But damn, that is some, man, make me wish I had some money. You know I ain't got no money because I look like this. Make me wish I had about, 10 grand or 20 grand to put on that. Woo! Even 50%. You know what I mean? Even just 50% of that with 10 grand. That's, you come out 15 grand? But 1,000%? That is crazy. That is pure madness. One, two. One, two. One, two, one, two. One, two, three, four, one, two. One, two. One, two. Buckle my shoes. 3, 4. Yo, yo, yo. Am I on? Am I on? How am I doing? Am I on? Can you hear me? Am I on? Am I on? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Is there... Are we good? Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Is it me? Or nobody's on. Can't believe nobody's here. It's okay, though. I still persist when even nobody's here. You know why? Because, somebody's going to come by, they're going to listen to it, and they're going to go, I like the cut of your jib. I like what he's talking about. So if you, like the cut of my jib, I do not know what a jib is. Let's ask Siri. Let's see. See what she says. Hello. Hello. We'll come on, Siri. We're asking Siri, what does...
Good evening.
What does cut of your jib mean? Oh, I didn't say jib. I said jib.
I found this on the web.
No. What does cut of your jib mean?
Here's what I found.
Oh. Here's what I found. A saying that has taken its place in the English language as meaning original person. I like the cut of your jib. Don't allow. Or demeanor, like the cut of your jib. I like his attitude. Originated in the sailing natives of mid-18th centuries, when the nationality of warship signed at sea could be accurately determined by the ship in their jib long before the nation's flag. Oh, okay, has to do with maritime. For instance, French jibs were cut much shorter on the loft than English. Because okay, distinctive. Oh, so that's what cut of your jib means. It means it. So the ships back in the day, 18th century, it's a part of a ship, and they sailed. And when somebody looked at it, they could tell if you were friend or foe by the jib of your ship. And that's something. The French and the English, they jibbed it. They jibbed it. Okay. This is funky. This is funky. It's the bass line. I like this. The cut of your jib. That's what it means. Little Uzi Vert is a girl now. The president is wearing a mask. The president is wearing a mask. There is such a thing called a what is this transgender this transgender man, this the transgender community, this transgender man, someone who's transing into a woman, he said that he is a lesbian, and he was wondering why other lesbians did not like him. Can we examine this, please? Can we drink this in and let's all come together in some type of form of sanity and just can we just pray for these people? Because he said, this man, now get it, He said that he has a stenis. This is what he named his body part, his reproductive organ. He says it's a stenis. This is what transgender men who are turning into women are saying now. They have a stenis, and they're wondering why he let it speak. He claimed to be a lesbian, and I want to know, how does that work? I want somebody to educate me, because no matter what, it is now a thing. It is present. It is prevalent. It is in our face. You listen. This transgender thing is getting so big that employers are afraid to hire some of these people. And the reason why is because they know that when they come into a company, that they are going to demand that everybody calls them by, whatever their pronoun is. Not everybody is on board with that. And if they don't do it, then they're going to sue the company. They're not going to sue the individual. If Jason is a staunch Christian and truly doesn't believe that this he that's calling himself Deborah is a she, he's gonna I'm not gonna call you Deborah. I'm not gonna give in to your delusion. I'm not doing it. I'm the manager. You're the foot soldier, whatever. You got to go do this. And he's like, I'll do it. Just call me Deborah. And he's like, I will not. You are clearly a man. I'm not going to play this game. I'm not going to call you a she. You're a he. I don't care how many dresses, in lipstick you put on. It's not going to happen. So now, what does Deborah do? Deborah goes, well, if you don't adhere to calling me a she, to my sickness, my delusion, I'm going to go down to HR, and we're going to have, a little talk down there, and I'm going to sue the company for millions of dollars just because of you. So now you got people going, absolutely not. You're not coming into here. I'm not doing it. As soon as they walk in for an interview, absolutely not. I've had people deny me jobs just because of the way I look. I walked into the office and a woman looked at me and said, no. I said, what's the problem? She was like, no. This is all she said until I got up and left. It's all she said. She was scared out of her mind of me. No. I wish I could have sued that company. I wish I could have sued the hell out of them. I wish I could have, because I would have. I mean, let it happen today. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. You said nothing else but no, I'm suing you. But so now you got real touchy situations. I'm clearly a he who claims to be a he, but what if I put a wig on and claim to be What if I put a wig on and decided to be Brenda? Like, look at this. Look at this now. Look at this. This woman, even though I was already in there, I took the test for some customer service job. But when I walked into her office to get the job, she was like, no. Now, she didn't even see me out there taking the test with the rest of the people. Now, let's just say that I walk in her office, she says no, and I'm like, okay, you're not telling me why. So I'm going to assume that it's because I'm transgender, because my name is, Shaquisha, and I have this wig on my head, that you just denied me a job because I'm clearly transgender. So because of this, I'm going to go get a lawyer and I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue the draws off you. So what now? What do we have here? We have ourselves a situation. That's what we got. Anyways, nobody's here, so this is just something that needs to be talked about, people. So whether it's one person or whether it's 10 people or whether it's 10 million people, we need to talk about it because Dave is now Deborah. And Deborah is walking into establishments and demanding that you call him or her. And if you are a child of God, a child of the kingdom, you're not going to do it. You're not going to give in to their delusion. You could be working on this job for 20 years. All of a sudden, Dave is now, and you knew Dave. This is the crazy part. Dave is not a new employee. Dave just made an executive decision that Dave wants to be Dorinda. What do we do now? You and Dave was homeboys. You was cool with Dave. Music. Nobody's here. Music. Dave is now Dorinda. What do we do about Dave? What about Dave? What about Dave? Dave is clearly a man. But wants to be called a woman. Do we give in? Do we say, Dave, it is 100% cool that you want to be a woman, Dave? Dave, you know what? You're sick in your damn head, and I'm with you. I'm with you, Dave. David, listen. I'm with you. So everybody else is retarded, Dave. But I'm with you. So what about Dave? What if Dave is Dorinda now? What if you knew Dave? What if you knew Dave's children? What if you knew Dave's wife? What if Dave was your brother? What if Dave was your dad? What about Dave? Dave is now Dorinda. Davida. What do we do? What do we say to Dave? Who says, I am now Dorinda. How do you talk to your best friend, your relative, somebody that you work with every day at the job, that you genuinely have love for, you care about them, and they just show up one day and go, what up, man? What up? What up? What up? Yeah. I look. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on a wig and high heels and a dress, garter and a push-up bra. And from now on, you have to call me Dorinda. And you're like, I absolutely will not, in the name of Jesus. Not here, not now, not able. Well, if you don't, then I'm going to separate myself from you. Like all of me. Like my wife, my kids, you won't see any of them. You'll have nothing to do with them. Your nieces, nope, done. You will not, your nieces and nephew love you. So you're either going to do it or we're going to move to, I don't know, Nevada. Right now, where we at? Wisconsin. We're going to move to Nevada. What are you going to do? Everything's hinging on it. You won't see them again. You won't see them until they get old. And they're what? 4 and 5 now. What do you want to do? This is ridiculous. Nope, it's not. It's what I want to do. Answer me now. I need to know. I need to know if I need to, get on Expedia and buy some plane tickets. You're like, I'm not going to do it. It's just wrong. It's delusional. It's not biblical whatsoever. And you're heading down the wrong path. And you're going to take your wife and kids with you. Well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and say good day to you, sir. And bye. And walk right out of your life. It sounds far-fetched, but this is what's actually happening. You might be going, that's not happening. No, it is. It's happening. What about Dave? What about Dave? What are we going to do about Dave? I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Oh, Dave, what do we do when we know Dave? What do we do when we love Dave? What do we do? What do we say to the people we love who have caught the, this sickness that's going on around, saying that you're something that it's not impossible for you to be? A transgender man said that he has a stenis. He says lesbians don't like him, and he's a lesbian. He's like, why don't they like me? Please tell me. Mind you, while he was saying this, he had a wig on, glasses, and purple lipstick. And he was about 40-something. He said lesbians don't like him. Now, when this guy said lesbians don't like him, mind you, he didn't say other men who decided to be women. He said lesbians, meaning Ellen DeGeneres type, like lesbians, like women who don't like men. And he's asking, why don't lesbians who ordinarily don't like men, why don't they like me? Because now I identify as a woman and I don't have a penis, I have a stenis. So why can't I put my stenis into your natural, reproductive area? Why can't I do this, ladies? It's because they don't like penises. And just because you renamed you and renamed it doesn't mean that they like you. They don't like you. You're still, the delusion here has flipped over and then flipped again. First you think you're a woman, and then you think your penis is a stenis, and then you don't realize that you're not a woman, so you can't actually be a lesbian, but you call yourself a lesbian. And how many times is this going to keep flipping over? Good grief, it's getting bad out here. And here's the thing. I would think that anybody who is under this, demonic influence would have, enough sensibility to say, I'm going to go look for other people who are like-minded, like, other men who, you know, have a steenus, and then we're going to do our thing. But that's not what he's doing. Is actually ingenious if you're looking to sleep with lesbians, which some men actually do. And some of the lesbian women actually give in. They run down on these studs. It's a big thing, especially in the black community. But this guy is not black, he's white. And they're those women, they don't even call themselves studs. I don't know what they call themselves, but butch or whatever. But they're like, and matter of fact, here's the thing: some of those women are very feminine. They're not even butch. They're just feminine. They just don't like men. And it's just, I don't know what kind of brick wall this guy wants to run into repeatedly, but the women that are doing other women that don't like men, they don't like you because you're a man. We got trans men threatening women if the women don't let them use their bathroom. Got a man on TikTok threatened to shoot any woman that doesn't let him use a female bathroom. He's like, I'm going to shoot you. Now, I did a whole thing on this, so I'm not going to go through it again. But of course, this person is under investigation by the police, and I think the feds, probably for terroristic threats. So there's that. And of course, no man is going to let another man threaten his, woman, mother, sister, whatever, just because they are protecting, somebody who's probably already in the bathroom. So that person is looking at losing his life. But what about Dave? What about Dave? What if Dave walks in the job like, what up, though? I'm a whole woman now. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You guys work in offices and in buildings. You guys work on a plant. You guys right now, listen, today you're preparing to go to work tomorrow. You guys are like 6 o'clock, I gotta get up. 7 o'clock, I gotta be out the door. My kids, my wife, my husband, my whatever has to be situated. I have to do this, and this, and be at the job at 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever it is. And I have to clock in order to get my allotment for living. You have to do it. You have to do it. But what if Dave walks in? We all know Dave. He's cool. He's been working there for 5 years. Cool guy, about 41 years old, has a wife, kids, got a couple tweens, He's got 2 little girls at home, a couple tweens. They're doing good. One plays volleyball, the other plays, rugby. Good kids. Wife, Lisa, good person. Great potluck. She always pitches in, helps Dave out. Dave's a good guy. Dave's great. Dave walks in. But Dave looks really different today. And you know it's Dave because you're like, that's Dave's face. But Dave has on a Michelle Obama, dress straight out of Target. And heels. And it is disturbing. And everybody looks at Dave with this ridiculous wig on and lipstick. And they're like, it's not Dave. And Dave comes up and talks to you and he says, hey, you're like, Dave? You're like, yeah. Call me Dorinda from now on. You belong to the Church of God in Christ, so you're just not going to do it. You look at Dave straight away and go, I'm not going to do this. Dave is like, yeah, you will. And then Dave walks away. And of course, there's a hue and cry. Everybody's going from desk to desk talking about Dave. And Dave has said the same thing to everyone that has greeted him. Call me Dorinda. And some people are like, right on, Dorinda. And other people are like, absolutely not. Dave has marked down everybody who said absolutely not. And then he emailed this information to HR. And HR is full of who? Women. HR looks up the laws from city, state, county, and government. And they realize that they have a situation on their hands. Because you have the written law, then you have moral law, but then you have ethics. Ethics. And when ethics comes into play, all the lines are blurred. Now we have ethics. For those of you who are not aware, you can go to jail for ethics. You can also go to jail for moral laws. Case in point, in 2008, when the housing crash happened, the housing crash happened because of subprime lending. I know some of you are aware of it, but for those of you who are not aware of it, subprime lending is where the banks in the housing community, the people who made I don't know, maybe let's just say a family made $80,000 collectively, husband, wife, collectively from the house in a household. Well, they were looking for a house, and the bank would say, hey, we will give you a loan on this house that costs $345,000. Now, here's the thing. They're like, I know we can't afford that on $80K a year. But the bank said, well, hold on. We will give you this loan, and your payments will only be $800 a month. That's what the whole kit and caboodle, that's the insurance, everything. You're going, absolutely, we can afford that. Boom, they buy the house, they take the loan, they move in, but what the bank didn't tell them that it was a fluctuating rate. So at one time, you're at 700, but the next month, it could shoot up to 2,000. Once the family is already locked in, they sign the papers, they realize that they couldn't afford $2,000 a month. So what happened? They lost their home. Subprime lending. Now, was it criminal what they did? According to the law, no, because they did not lie to them. But was it criminal morally? Yes. And was it criminal ethically? Yes. And the people who were doing this went to jail for ethics. So now Dave, once he sends his email and human resources get a hold of it, they discuss it with their lawyer or whoever's in charge and whoever they go to for these things, and they find out that nobody has to call a him or her according to the written law. There's nowhere from federal on down that says you have to identify this person as, whatever they say. There's no written law that says this. However, they get into morals, and then they get into ethics. And when they get into ethics, they start thinking about the company as a whole. What does it look like if Dave is not comfortable because his coworkers will not identify him as a her. Of course, this hits social media. And once it hits social media, your stockholders start getting phone calls because they're noticing that their stock is dropping and they can't figure out why. Why? Because Dave's story is all over social media. So now people are not supporting you because your employees will not support him. Is it illegal? No. Is it ethically wrong? Well, according to the outside looking in, yes. What about Dave? What do you do now? You've been working there for 15 years. You have everything based around this job. You are a single house income. What about Dave? Do I call a him or her and acknowledge this sickness? Or do I stand firm on what the Bible tells me? What do I do? How do I call my wife and say, I just lost my job because I wouldn't call Dave Dorinda? What does the wife say? Does she say, honey, come on home, don't fall for that mess? Or does she say, we got 2 kids and I'm pregnant? What are you gonna do? What about Dave? What do you do? Now some hardcore Christians will be like, I'm out of here. But mind you, you've been working at this job for 15 years. You're not walking into another job with the same seniority that you had. You're not going to do it. Not only that, that job has trained you. And you had a bachelor's degree when you came into the job, but to get further into the job, you had to get certificates and a master's degree, and you did it. And they paid you accordingly. Now you're like, I have a master's degree. I can land anywhere. Plus I have 15 years experience. Okay. So you think. See, at this job, you're making $150K. You're that guy. You're doing good. You're holding it down. You don't decide to call Dave Dorinda. The next job you walk into, if you're lucky, will be half of that. Even if you try to negotiate your salary. They'll say, listen, 75K, that's the best we're going to do. And you're like, well, I was making 150K. Well, you're not there anymore because you didn't call Dave Dorinda. You're here, and here we call Dave Dorinda. See Jeff over there? Yeah, Jeff is now Jesse. What do you do? What if every company you go to, there's a Dave? What now? For those of you who don't think that they're persecuting Christians today, you're out of your mind, because in Africa, there was a young lady who went to school, and at the school she went to, she had, of course, on the internet, on the school site, she passed the test and she thanked God. She thanked Jesus that she passed the test. Well, hey, what's up with you? Well, the school was majority Muslim. And they were thinking Allah. She said, thank you, Jesus. Well, the school, her classmates, all the school, they saw this. They went to her classroom and dragged her out. And the teacher tried to stop the kids from dragging this kid out of school. Now she's 15, 16. And they tried to stop this. The adults tried to stop this. These kids came in, grabbed this kid, dragged her outside, and stoned her to death in front of everyone. Because she said, "Thank you, Jesus." Here in America, where we are drinking the stupid Kool-Aid, we are, believing that a man could be a woman. We even named one of them Woman of the Year, which is the stupidest thing ever because it's not impossible. You look all over the internet, this whole argument's going on. And it's like, how are you people even arguing this? How are you arguing? How is this a conversation? How? And one guy said, he's talking to a woman who was trying to support this. Like, God dang, the European woman. Just damn it, the European woman. Y'all are just as crazy. Y'all are just as bat crazy as anything I've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, the people who are supporting this, the majority of them are the European woman. But they're going, and this European woman is, arguing with this guy, and he says, "Listen, if you were in an ambulance, this is what you do. You're an EMT, and you got a phone call, and somebody needed it. It was an emergency. It was a man, and the guy said, 'Listen, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you go help this man?'" And she stood there because she was just, like, what? Like, where did this come from? Well, it came from your stupidity. And she said, "No." He said, "Why not?" And she said, "The obvious, because he doesn't have a womb." And he said, "Well, that's exactly what we're saying. A man cannot be a woman." But then she tried to come back with some ridiculous, well, there are, those who carry and those. No. We're not doing the those who carry, those who bleed, those who have, sperm inside their body. We're not picking apart the anatomy like that and saying that's what. We're saying what is and what is not. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. But now Dave is everywhere. Dave's at your job. Dave's at the gym. Dave's in grade schools. Dave is in college. There are college professors who are dressing like women now. Whole college professors with tenure. Doctor. They're teaching your kids with a wig on and a dress and fake tits. And nobody's supposed to say anything. This is how bad America is. It's how bad it is. Now you go to some other countries, they'll say, there is no concept of this. They were asking Koreans about this. They said, there's no concept of this. Now, of course, you go to some countries, they have, the Filipinos have ladyboys. Beautiful men. But they come up and tell you what they are. They do not, here's what they don't do. They do not come up and tell you that they're a woman. If you say, hey, you're a beautiful woman, they say, no, I'm a lady boy. They will not let you call them a woman. Why? Why won't they let you be deceived? Why won't they deceive you? They already look deceptive. When you approach them, you think it's a woman. Why will they identify themselves as a lady boy? Base meaning male. Why would they let you know that they have a penis and not a stenis? Why would they let you know that they cannot carry children? Why is it that they'll let you know what you're getting into if you deal with them? From conversations all the way to the bedroom. This is your choice. You're well aware that I'm really a man. I'm just a beautiful man. I've beautified myself according to traditions of females. So I'm a beautiful man. Do you still want to deal with me? And then you have people going, yeah, absolutely. This is what I've been looking for. And you're like, okay, we're all on the same page. Over here, no. I'm a woman. You're not a woman. Why? Why will they not allow you to be deceived? I'm going to tell you why. Because it'll get you killed. It is highly dangerous to mess with the male ego. And every male knows this. There's just some things you can't do. Some things you can't do around us. It will cause us to, become highly aggressive. Because we're after women. So anytime you try to downgrade our masculinity, it hurts our chances to mate. A woman sees this and she goes, I will not choose you to mate with. You're not an apex male. I can't choose you. My children will be weak. My household will starve if I choose you. So if you do anything that's suspect of being an effeminate around us and a woman sees it, there goes the neighborhood. She thinks we're gay. Therefore, we can't mate with her. It is simple science. It's simple biology. And it's instilled in us to not be around you as far as you doing anything suspect around us. Now, if you're just a person who's gay, well, okay, you're fine. But if you try to push that upon somebody who is hetero, then that's where you're going to have a problem. But if you're gay, that's you. All the women will see that. Hey, that's what they chose to do. It has nothing to do with you. You're still the man who I'm looking for. But the minute you start doing things with a gay person that is gay, you're dancing in an effeminate way, a woman starts looking at you and they're going, nope, not doing it. You clearly have feminine intentions. You start wearing stuff that, nail polish, like this metrosexual thing that they got going on. Some women will not mess with you if you're a metrosexual. If your house is too clean, some women will not mess with you. If you dress too clean, some women will not. You're too sharp. You spend too much time in the mirror, some women will not. They will not do it. They think a man should have dirty nails and should have a hammer and, a blade saw in his hand or something. He should be running around with a screwdriver and something to measure a house with. But a woman who thinks that you're feminine doesn't think you're going to build a house and or protect the house. This is just a fact. And this is why the Filipinos, the lady boys, will identify themselves. Because they know they could end up in a ditch somewhere. Really, really quick. So they'll tell you, I am a lady boy. And they're very quick to tell you, as soon as you start a conversation with them, you're beautiful. Nope, I'm a lady boy. They'll say thank you, but they'll say you're a beautiful woman. Nope, lady boy. Get that clear right now. This is what I am. Over here in America, we're trying to deceive people. And it's getting dangerous to stand your ground. Now you have transgenders threatening us. The regular people, that want to use regular bathrooms. They want to mix everything up. If you haven't noticed, you can go into Walmart, Target, and they have bathrooms that are both genders. It isn't one stall. There are stalls in there, but both genders can go into these bathrooms. They're trying to blur the lines in order to fit in this new generation of delusion. And you are on the firing line, because if you don't adhere to what they're asking you to do, then you could lose your livelihood. Now, the knee-jerk reaction to all of this is now you'll have even more people deciding not to go into the workplace because the workplace is very toxic. It is right now. Your employer does not love you. I don't know where you guys work at, but that employer doesn't love you. They'll replace you the minute you leave. There is no love there. The only love the employer has is the bottom line. And if David is now working there and you don't call Dave Dorinda, guess what? You're going to lose your job. Now, what's, fortunate, for people who are in this position is online work. There's a lot of online work going on. Every day there's something new where you can make money online. Anywhere from just posting silly things to writing essays for people to actually jobs that want you to work remotely. So that's a good thing. So if any of you are uncomfortable at your job, I suggest you start looking within your job to see if they have remote positions. I would suggest you do this anyway, because your jobs are going to start to become very uncomfortable. I don't care if you work in the gym. I don't care if you work in an office building. You should weigh your options right now. Also, start looking at a tertiary income. Most people have two incomes. Even if you're single, most of you have two incomes. Start looking at a third. Or looking at how to create a third and a fourth and a fifth if you have to. But if your base, I think about this all the time. If my number one source of income falls, what will I do? My secondary income is flipping appliances. Today, I had a client talk to me. This client's been talking to me for the last 3 days. They were coming from Dayton to where I live, which is about an hour. They called me today. Hey, I'm coming to see you about that refrigerator. I'm like, cool. I had to, turn the refrigerator on last night, wiped it down, went downstairs today, spent about an hour with it, made sure it looked right. They never showed up. I text them back, you guys coming or not? They're like, we found someone who had one that's closer to us. And I'm like, thanks for stopping by. Am I disappointed? Yes. Am I sad? No. But am I disappointed? Yeah, it's disappointing. But that's $450 gone. Now, will it sell? Yes. But still, I would have liked to have sold it today. Now, if I didn't have a base income and that was my primary income, it would hurt a lot worse. A lot worse. Especially if I was somebody who was spending all the money that I get and I wasn't saving any money. because rent is coming. So what if I was dependent on that for rent? I have paid my rent with a YouTube check. I didn't have enough, but I knew that check was coming in October and it was for $100. And when it hit, boom, I took it with a bunch of, other ways I made money. And I said, this is what I have. And they accepted it. So I'm saying, keep something else going on. If you don't have, listen, if you're totally dependent on your job, things are about to change in the work space. And you might have to find another way to make a living. But what you don't want to do is wait until then. Wait until, the threat is imminent. Don't wait on these people to make a decision about your life, is what I'm saying. Make that decision for yourself. Do the homework now, because Dave is for real. And if you don't want to call Dave Dorinda, you better start looking, because it's for real, people. They want everybody to drink the Kool-Aid. They want everybody to join in with this sickness and this delusion. And if you don't want to be a part of it, you better start looking. Start looking online. Learn how to fix something. That's what I did. I was hungry. I had nothing. I looked outside and I started looking in the trash. I started looking at the trash. I started looking at people throwing things away that I knew were not trash. I did this 5 years ago. Do you know what I still do today? I look in the trash. I walk around this complex and I look for trash. They throw away couches. Of course, I don't mess with any couches. But when they throw away any appliance, boom, I'm there. Even if the appliance is broken. These people threw out a washer and dryer a week and a half ago. Went and picked it right up. Took it right to the junkyard, $70. Just like that, $70. Everybody could use an extra $70. $70 to put some food on your plate for a minute or two, won't it? $70 cash, just like that. That's what I do. And if I had the space, I would have kept them just to see if they worked. Because when somebody is evicted and they put out the washer and dryer, it's a good chance the washer and dryer works. But I just had a little patient and said, you know what, I'm gonna test to see if they work, blah, blah, blah. I could have took them to my storage unit. Said, I'm gonna go ahead and flip these. But no, I wanted the quick $70. I'm not hurting for any money because I'm always looking for it. I'm always looking for it. This lady was getting rid of her fridge today. I know if I go pick up that refrigerator and take it to the junkyard, that refrigerator is over 200 pounds. I know I'm going to get a quick, $40, $50 off of that? Or I could take it and try to fix it. Learn how to fix something. Learn how to fix something that everybody needs. Some people are artists. Nobody cares about your artwork. But it's cool to be art, to sell your art if your art sells. But if it comes down to it, nobody cares. Nobody needs it. Find something that somebody needs. Learn something that somebody needs. Nobody taught me how to fix a refrigerator. I went on YouTube and learned. And I ain't even the greatest at it because there's some things I just don't want to do. But nonetheless, I know enough I know enough that when I plug one of them in and it starts making sounds, I can listen to it, I can start smelling on it, and I can start picking things apart to see what it is. When refrigerators break, it's usually about 5 or 6 basic things. Now, when it really gets into the weeds, when it's none of those, now you got to bring some equipment in and, really go through it. And I mean, it's just a chore after that. Then it's like, I don't even know if it's worth it. But usually it's about 5 or 6 different parts. Really, it is. It's not that hard, but sometimes it's just hard to figure out what part it is. That's the main part about any appliance. And most appliances that people get rid of, they're not even $100 will fix it. The majority of the time, $100 will fix it. But they go out and buy these expensive Samsungs and whatnot, and they spend $1,300 for a set. Within 4 years, next thing you know, it starts making some kind of noise, and you're like, let's get rid of it and get a new. All the time, let's get rid of it, get the new. I buy it off of you for $100, find out that it's a $40 part. And sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's a loose bolt, or it's too much clutter or dust or something like that. Hold on. Hello. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, give me about 5 or 6 minutes. All right, look. We're gonna go eat some dinner. But I'm saying, learn something that everybody needs. That's why the medical field is such a big deal. Or the auto mechanics. And now you got some auto mechanics, they're like, it's not even fun anymore. Just to change the transmission, you have to take out 16 major bolts just to change it. I mean, it is crazy now. They're not just, everything is made, so you have to take it back to the dealer. You learn how to fix electronics. Just all I'm saying, whether you're man or woman, is get yourself something that, I don't care if they only call on you once a month. Sometimes I don't sell nothing for a whole, usually I sell at least one thing a month. But that's one thing, boom. If I sell a washing machine, boom, I sold a washing machine this month. I don't need that washing machine money for my bills. That all goes into some kind of whatever I'm going to do with it. And I'm advising you guys, the world is changing around us. And if you guys don't have that kind of mindset, you're going to be caught with your pants down. You will be caught with your pants down. Dave is coming to your job. Transgenderism is a real thing. It's come, and you're going to have to call these people by whatever they want you to, because ethically, that company could lose a lot of money if you don't. HR is going to be on the side of the transgender. Look at Leah Thomas and what happened with Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas tied that woman in the NCAA, and they gave the trophy to Leah Thomas. And the woman said, "Why did you give it to Leah Thomas?" And the guy said, "Listen, Leah Thomas has to take the pictures. They don't care if a woman won the NCAA in a woman's event. They care that a man won the NCAA in a woman's event. How sickening is that? Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This is an event that's female. This is that's Will Thomas. That's not Leah. That's Will Thomas, who's ranked 459 in men's in men's swimming. He is at the bottom of the pile in men's swimming. He's the slowest of all men in our division college. And this is Penn State we're talking about. This is the Big Ten. He's the slowest man in the Big Ten. Leah Thomas is the slowest man in the Big Ten. He's the fastest woman in the Big Ten. And he gets the trophy? People have had enough of this nonsense. But nonetheless, there's being pushback, but it's still going on. It's still in our face. It's still at our jobs. It's still at our schools. I mean, our kids are faced with this. Our 5, 6, and 7-year-olds they know what male on male sex is. Teachers are making little boys wear dresses. And they're telling little boys it's okay to have to when you grow up for you to have, adult relations with another boy. This is what they're telling our kids. When do we ring the alarm? When do we hit the streets? When do we march down to Washington and surround Washington and say, if you don't stop this nonsense, there's going to be blood? We're going to run in there and grab every transgender, whoever who's trying to teach our kids this abominable thing, and we're going to kick them out of our school, and we're going to surround the schools and make sure they never come back. If transgender men want to teach their kids that is fine with them, but they can't teach our kids that. When are we going to do this? When are we going to block the streets? When are we going to cut off traffic? When are we going to turn off these shows that are producing this? When are we going to do this? When are we going to boycott, the Ellen DeGeneres show? Who promotes this? When are we going to do this? Why are we laying down and just accepting this? Why? Are we not aware that 35 million people died from AIDS? Are we not aware that when it came to America, it was spread in bathhouses? Do you know who spread them? White men. White homosexual men. Freddie Mercury, Harvey Milk, that's how they died. It wasn't a big deal till Freddie Mercury died. He died of AIDS. He was a homosexual male. That's how he died. The lead singer, Queen. It killed people. It's going to continue to kill people, even though we've slowed it down. But nonetheless, it is a terrible thing to do. Why are we allowing our generation to just accept this? We got our kids thinking this is okay. When are we going to push the button? I don't know. I think we should rally against this, and I'm for it. I'm for it. Get those people out of the schools. I think if they want to do this and it influences their life, I think listen, I can't join you in that. If a transgender, if somebody was transgender and they wanted to have one of them where you can, use whatever and talk to people on video and have a Q&A with me, I would tell them, listen, I would even tell them to their face. Listen, if this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. But you cannot push this on anyone that I love. You can't push this on any children. You can't come into a job and demand people call you something that you're not. You cannot do this. You are being disruptive. You're being disruptive. You're causing chaos. You're causing the birth rate to drop. That's what you're doing because you cannot procreate with another man. The birth rate is dropping at an alarming rate. I don't know if you guys know this. And there are countries in panics, especially ours, especially European countries. They are in a panic because the birth rates are dropping. There are less and less white males being born. And a lot of these white males are feminized now. They're a lot weaker. Listen, they did a test on tensile strength. The average man is weaker. The tensile strength is weaker now than they ever have been, and the average woman is getting stronger. Their tensile strength is getting stronger. It is flipping on its head. Anyways, I'm going to go get something to eat. I'll be back on later tonight if you guys want to talk about something. And I appreciate you guys stopping by. Just give me a like if you can. I appreciate it. It's your boy Tone 202. Stay prayed up.